The Great Iceberg Hoax. Yes, doing a bit more research on icebergs, I've come up with the idea, definitely a big hoax. I'm pretty certain of it. Now, I made a video already just showing this news story that was around here, Icebergs Hoax, and this is up on the Dougal Surfer channel, so you can go and watch it there. It's one with a kangaroo on it. There's also a meme going around, Australia doesn't exist. And there was a Russian guy with a video up, Australia doesn't exist. I said, well mate, I live there, and he came to my channel and then he said, oh, you got nothing from Australia there? And I thought, yes I have. I'll have to send him some stuff. It's a few years since I've put too much of that stuff up, but there's ones of kangaroos running around and beaches and surfing, etc. Some of the Sydney Harbour Bridge, you know, incredible things, but that's sort of a thing I'll make a video about because that's somewhat to discredit the work we're doing here, of course. Then people say, oh yes, but I heard on the net, they said Australia's not here. You know, everyone laughs. But this here is fraud on fraud. Now this is supposed to be towing this. See that rope there? Look, and it goes around here, and it's towing this thing. Now they tell us they're all beneath the sea, so they'd have a lot of drag there for this little boat to tow it. Because it's not towing this. Have a look at how CGI this is. Like this one, look at this. If you're not convinced on that one, look how bad this one here is. That really is just painted on there, isn't it? Clearly, look at the lines here. The way it is. Terrible. And again, look, it's bringing the rope around to harness it. And then we've got this one here. Well, of course, it's just full CGI. Sort of mixing a real looking CGI with a fake looking CGI. And then people think, well, that's real, you see. They're on the same little thing here, you see. Putting ideas in your head. Look, this is towing this. Look at it, it's making waves here at the front of it. Yeah, sure. How much weight would be in that if that was real, relative to the size of the boat here? So you can see this towing icebergs is it's another fraud on the fraud. Terrible that they even try and tell us this. Looking, this is at a 21 on there. It's a funny looking symbol on there. Now look at this cartoon we've got here. Look at this cartoon. Looks like the Boulevard of Broken Dreams poster. Neon light look. People can say, oh, that's the exposure, etc. That looks like a cartoon to me. This is where they're supposed to be all standing. Wouldn't they all be little dots of people all here observing us and all cars? Looks very weird, doesn't it? Very surreal indeed. And you've got the catamaran style iceberg. Now, this too, the arches, you know. The tunnel of love. There's a surfer there. What's that there? But again, as if it'd all melt out like that in a perfect circle and leave this. And cave in for sure. And don't forget the iceberg connects to the Titanic. So that is an important thing. Maybe the Titanic story just to set up the iceberg lie. And the floating, they're going to float down and melt into the sea and bring the sea up. Yes, all these images are very strange indeed. Look at this one here. Oh, you got to be kidding, haven't you? Well, I'm not happy with any of these images. There's all the images with people in little boats all close to them of any sort. You know, you get this sort of look. It's the best. They love the arches, don't they? They're all arching up. 3 days ago, so that accompanied that story. And they tell us they look like this. So yeah, definitely a big mystery. Okay, if you reckon you live in this area, show us your home pics of your icebergs. I bet you don't. I've had all these people come to the channel and make really nasty remarks. But I looked at some of the channels and it was the same shilly looking channels with no information whatsoever, no videos, you know the type. So that says it all in itself. Here's another towing one. Oh look, here's somebody. A blue iceberg. This is a little bit more of a believable size, but I'm still not sure about this. Looks like a surf break. There's certainly some very weird images when it comes to icebergs. Tasman Glacier. Look, there might be things like this around in, you know, where the land is and it's water that's iced up in the winter. These massive icebergs parading around in the ocean, I think that's really a fraud. Yeah, another one with the arch. The Arch de Triomphe. Who's taking these photos? Gee, they're in crisp image from out of a plane. Very surreal looking, very cartoon-like, that's for sure. Look at this one. Yeah, I think we've got a lot of fraud when it comes to ice in this world. They're infatuated with ice. The Frozen movie, you saw that with Disneyland, and then there has been a push to get us to look at all this stuff too, and you know, but it is fascinating. But we're discovering that ice mightn't be what they say. Here's some Antarctica stuff. All fun, fun, fun. Club Penguin. I'll have to look at this and do another video on Antarctica. I haven't done anything on Antarctica for a while. And certainly Antarctica, we discovered fraud on fraud down there, big time. And these two blokes, look, hey, we're all happy. Here's the iceberg. Two people in a boat rowing past an iceberg. That's the title. It's one of those National Geographic sort of looking ideas, isn't it? Yes, this again looks very fraudulent to me. Well, suddenly I found drone footage here of icebergs in Newfoundland. And I nearly thought, whoa, maybe this proves there are icebergs, but I'm calling this a fraud. It seems like typical things, you know. If this was real, there'd be plenty of people with boats and filming going close to them. We don't see any footage like that, no. Only all this really slick stuff from a company that specialises in drone footage and does, you know, no doubt contracts for the right people for the right dollars, and somebody's put this together, I reckon. This looks hell like a model to me, the whole thing. I don't know how they've carried the whole thing away, because they've gone to a fair length of trouble. They've got people rowing out to it in a boat, but it's very fraudy looking the way all that carries on. But it's a changing iceberg, and here we have the sevens too, I might add. Look at the changing iceberg, right? Look, it's looking different already. It's already suddenly got this thing, and this is the one you see from now on, but as you see in that initial shot, it doesn't have that. And then there's a shot here that's also really fraudy. Oh, wait on. Well, that's not it. Look how much bigger that sort of That's a sort of, that could just be a cliff, you know, and the way the sunlight to make it look like that, who knows. But I want to show you the one where it's at night time. Here you go. You see, it already looks a little bit different now. And this whole little bay, they can mock this up, don't you worry. You know, there's something funny about this coastline bit here. It looks really small or something to me. Just looking at that photo, it just doesn't look right. Anyway, I'll show you the next thing. It changes quite radically. You've got this, gets a lagoon on it. You see, now that just doesn't look like the same block of ice. And look at it going this way, a long way here now. Not so much on the other way, you know. Trying to give us the idea, you know, that you can see that, you know, that they're all the way down below. But I think on this sort of ocean up there with that amount of swell on it, it wouldn't be giving you so much of a view either. That's my personal opinion. Here it is, look, perfect little swim hole. It gets everyone in. And then there's this thing with the, here, it might be the boat there, see? Look, this I think is the, I don't know what that red thing is there then. This crazy drum track to it. This is the one with the, it looks different from every angle on this thing. Look at this, look how surreal that looks. I just can't see that anything could shape like that, the way they're saying. Look at it. And it's supposed to be the same block, I'm sure. The whole thing. Here it is again. Looking different again. Maybe that's another one, who knows. See, there it is back there. So it looks like the same bay though, see, with this hill in the thing, and here's the lagoon on it suddenly. Well, here's the evidence that normal people are. What's happened? I'm paddling. I saw that thing there. Hang on a second. Yes, here's the people in the boat paddling. Oh, what's happened to them now? They come around the back of it. Here they are by themselves. Oh, quick little shots of them, you see. Oh, here they are. Where are they here? It's coming up in the thing and then it's not coming up. Come on. Let's play it a bit and see if they turn up. Oh, here, it's coming into them. So there they go there. Oh, here, look, this is the bit. Look. So that makes, oh, but they went really close to it. You know how they can fraud these things up. Hollywood. Let's just see. And then cut, and then they're over there, you see. Too many edit cuts for my liking. Yeah, it looks very surreal. And how's this pond of water here? This is the melt, is it? Melting off the thing itself, they're trying to say. This lake looks above the sea level. Yet here it's sort of connected. Yes. You know, it couldn't be melting at the rate to keep this up, I'm thinking, and running out. It'd have to be a continuous cliff there and a puddle and draining out, but like this. I don't know. And there's some very sus on this little rower here. The way they come there, edit cut. You don't see him for a while. Too much monkey business going on for this stuff. See, and here's a boat too. So it's definitely in that same place. And it definitely changed, didn't it? So what's going on here? Because it'd take ages for another one to come in here, surely, you know. It seemed to have a transformation overnight.